You work hard around home.
Well, just like that, we're going to start right into action, and we'll jump into this JV boys game. I believe we're going to play a full matchup here tonight, Brand, as Arapahoe is going to come in here and play. I talked to assistant coach there, Ross Cole of the Northern Valley Huskies, and he said that he was actually able to find some tape on them. They won some, and then they have not been completely undefeated through the year. So it would be a good matchup for the Northern Valley boys, who have played an excellent JV season so far.
You're telling me Ross Cole got tape on the JV?
Yeah. I'm telling you.
That's a great coach right there. That's some dedication.
He is he's all about this. I don't know if you guys have witnessed to what Ross is doing here with the JV boys and with the varsity boys for that matter, and with basketball when it comes here into the Valley. He has updated the scoring titles over here on the northwest corner of the gym. Now includes 15 names of the top scorers.
Are you on that list?
Oh, no way.
Oh, okay. I'm not on that
the
list.
15 top scorers all time for Northern Valley girls and for boys. And then, he's just full of golden nuggets. I'm on my way into the gym, and he beelines over to me to give me the new stats that he's got printed out and shown so that I can do the most accurate broadcast ever.
I love it.
And Ross was able to help us out here at Open Spaces Sports when it came to football. He does have a passion for the broadcasting section, but he loves coaching that much more.
Yeah, you can tell for sure that he loves Northern Valley. He wanted to come back here for a long time, so it's really fun to have him around.
The new Mr. Cole?
Yeah, literally.
He kind of looks like it. He's got the mustache as well. Blocking foul will go against Gabe Rudd. It will be the first of the game for Northern Valley, first of the game for Gabe, and Arapahoe will play it in from underneath. Did you catch those starters, Brant?
I did. I got them circled here. Hopefully I can say them correctly. I did not.
Go for it. You can run them down.
You got number 3, Branson Sonkson. You got number 12, Gage Gooden. He's a 5'8" junior. And Sonkson is a 6'2" sophomore. Multitasking here. Then we got number 15, Aiden Roosh. He is a 5'10" freshman. Number 20, Tatum Zadro. He's a 5'9" freshman. And we got number 21, Clayton North, who's a 5'7" junior.
Good work, color man.
That's what I'm here for.
Color and running the camera while I'm sitting in the background. Three-pointer up, no good. We still all scoreless. Look out below. Gabe Rudd will lay it in with the right hand. Knocks that scoreboard into functionality as they've got 2 now. Northern Valley, of course, in their man-to-man defense. Coach Side, Coach Cole will always preach the man-to-man. Another steal here by Rudd. Will he try and shake the rim down on this one? No, he goes reverse style.
Does he have that ability?
We saw it last year. He threw one down in a JV game. The over-under this year is that he will get another one in a junior varsity game. Okay. So far, no dunks in the JV style. Lowry smacked across the arms of Clayton North, as he went to the rim. Oh, they give it to Gavin. So North will go to the line. He is a 5'7" junior. Nice little stroke there from him. Knocks in his first free throw. Another strong rebound by Arapahoe as Northern Valley failed to block out. Sockenson, is that what you decided that was called?
I believe so. It's Sonksen in the program.
It challenges the pronunciation of us all. Brody Preston let one fly, but a little long, and it goes all the way out of bounds before Hammond can get to it. It'll go back over to the Warriors. Gabe Rudd missed the night there in Kensington. The last time out for Northern Valley. They didn't need him, though, as the JV and the varsity cruise to victories there. Foul will go against Tallheim again. It'll be his second of the night. He will not play 4 quarters here. He's actually a varsity starter, so he'll probably get 2 in the JV style. So he tends to use those fouls because he has them. And that's what kind of the results are as well, as he'll get a steal. Did you like playing that JV and varsity action there, Brant?
Oh, always. The more quarters you can play, the better. It's all about playing basketball. It doesn't matter if it's in JV. Obviously, it's fun to be in varsity, but if you can get 6 quarters a night, that's a lot of fun.
Hammond will eyeball a 3, and Sapalash, it goes right down in front of his mom. She went to smiling as well as that gone through. 7-1. Northern Valley now jumped out to a lead here in this first quarter with just under 4 to go. North dribbling up top, trying to go against Brody Preston. And a 3-second violation. I hope he was in there for 5 or 6, being as it's a JV game, don't you think, Brant?
I think so. Do we need to do an official spotlight on tonight?
Official spotlight is always happening on the JV side. We got some of our own, Riley Sides with a lot of experience.
Homegrown talent. In
this gymnasium. He's going to run the stripes on his side. And then Big Al Woodside.
JV officiating legend around here.
He is. I mean, he's been recruited all over the place to go fill in where nobody else will show up to do a game. You never know where Big Al will show up. He likes to get his cattle fed and then go officiate some basketball. Skip pass here to Preston. Now a little leaker inside to Gabe Rudd. Gets his own offensive rebound, tries to go up, but finds Tallheim open for a 3. 2 straight possessions where Northern Valley tickles the nylon.
Tickles it.
They didn't need any rim. The 3 from Tallheim followed previously by a 3 from Hammond. Now the ball's on the floor. They'll arm wrestle for it. Now playing rock, paper, scissors. Side says it's Northern Valley ball. I think that would add another interesting equation into the possession arrow, don't you think?
Well, yeah, but the question is, do you do the rock, paper, scissors during the fight or like after for the jump ball?
Oh, for the jump ball all the way.
Okay.
And the official has to officiate the rock, paper, scissors as well because everybody likes to cheat at rock, paper, scissors.
Well, it's always the question is.
The alley-oop from Van Patten to Gabe Rudd. Seeing the talent, Van Patten just threw it up there to him. Great pass.
Yeah.
12-1 Northern Valley leads. What do you think? Do you think the rock, paper, scissors would play?
Yeah, I think it would. I think that'd add an interesting element. We might as well experiment with it in JV games, But, you have to have someone officiate it, make sure things are, not being. The biggest question really is, do you go on 1, 2, 3, or do you go on 1, 2, 3, go?
Well, that would have to be established and in the rule book. But I tell you what, it would add another dimension to a junior high girls basketball game for sure, as they are always the leaders in jump balls.
Yes.
Brody Preston needed to shoot that one over the backboard. He just ran out of real estate over there and had to put it up and hit the backside of the backboard. Into the game for the Warriors, Nathaniel Stevens is a 5'6" freshman here. And for Northern Valley, looks like Maverick Rogers is also into the game. For them, he is a junior.
Had some great minutes last game down in Kensington. Came in the fourth quarter there and got a couple steals. Was anticipating the ball. He was hustling.
And a timeout was awarded. Look at this hustle play. Are you kidding me? This is JV. Look at this. Look at this dive. Tallheim knocks it free, goes into the corner. He dives after it. Somebody calls timeout. Sides did, and you can see him going, oh, he gave it to me. Sounds good. We'll be back with more basketball here at Open Spaces Sports after this.
Around your family, at your job, and you deserve some perks. Benefits like shopping and travel discounts, protection on your cell phone, roadside assistance. Perks. Today, go to agbank.bank, take a look at the brand new Perk checking account and all the special benefits perfect for someone like you. Reduce risk, save money, get your own Perk checking account. Know that today and every day, First National Bank and Trust is here for you.
Gooden stepped in that passing lane for the Warriors, picked it off from Van Patten. Now Van Patten's on the prowl and gets it over to Owen Hammond. Up with the left-hand scoop. He was fouled by North in the head. He'll shoot 2 coming up. Northern Valley's defense has been impressive. They're hardly giving up any shot attempts to the Warriors at the moment. Good call sides, as that is going to be, you got to blow it. You got to blow it. Yep, lane violation. So the lane violation went on Gooden. And Hammond makes him pay. Jonah Black making his first appearance for the Huskies. As the second one is no good, but Gavin picked up a rebound,
Great
put it
hustle,
in,
rebound.
and go.
Man, Gavin for a JV game is just throwing himself all over the floor.
He did. We watched him just recently dive on the floor to save a possession. Now he's got the all-hustle move. Offensive rebound is all about work. Put it back up, put it in. Let's see if he can get the three-point play here. Free throw is good. Give him 6 in this first quarter as Northern Valley has come out on a frenzy pace, up 16-0, and yet another non-shot opportunity as Hammond steps in a passing lane. Get it to Gavin. He's feeling it. He's calling for the ball in the corner. Now back to Hammond it goes. Looking inside. Now it goes into Rudd, and Rudd is going to be fouled over the top. Let's Sitch with the foul. Hayden, a 6-foot sophomore, going across Gavin. I think hit him in the back of the head. First against Sitch, 4th against the Warriors. Caden Lowry back into the game for the Huskies. And so with Brody Preston. Mav to throw it in. Had Lowry but just missed him. Now dribble handoff to Maverick. Back to Hammond. Skip pass going to be ripped out of there and stolen. Now we're going the other way with Roush, and he's going to be up, and a foul by Black will put him to the line.
Hopefully get a chance to expand upon, we only got 1 point here this first quarter. It's a pretty solid defensive effort.
I'm hoping I get a lot of Roush, Aiden Roush here tonight, because I like the name. It's a fun announcer name. Roush's free throw is up off the front iron. No good. He's got another one coming.
I hope you're pronouncing it correctly. Then otherwise it'd make you look a little silly.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I said Roosh, I believe, but you know, we'll find out eventually.
Oof. Roush, now we're in trouble. Now all of a sudden you went from Roosh or Roush back to Aiden. Aiden makes us 1 of 2 free throws, giving him 2 for the quarter. 35 seconds to go in this first period here in the doghouse. And a bad pass by Hammond, knocked out of there by North. But Northern Valley will keep the possession. Hammond to play it in. This zone defense here by the Warriors has not allowed Northern Valley to get a whole lot of easy first attempt points, unless it's the 3 variety. But inside, they've been controlling offensive boards, and they've been getting fast break points that have led to this 16-2 lead. Inside, they'll go to Lowry with 3 and 2. Do they see it? Hammond, deep 3, off the glass and in.
The bank is open.
The bank is open, and it'll give us a great time to go over to First National Bank and Trust and thank them for their sponsorship. 19-2, Northern Valley over Arapahoe. Back with Open Spaces Sports, Clint Cox and Brant Cox. Brant is doing the color, running the camera. I'm just sitting here poking buttons. They have fixed my MP3 player, so we shouldn't have any more repeats. That'll be good. Of course, the varsity action will follow this JV boys game. No JV girls, as Northern Valley just doesn't have enough players at this time. North saves it, and now getting away with a 2-man crew. That ball went out of bounds, but it was not seen by the officiating crew, was it?
That's what it looks like.
Oh, I've got to switch. There we go. Inside, they'll find it open down their first 2 points of the night from the field. Sockinson. So this will be the last broadcast here before Christmas for Northern Valley. And of course, I doubt that Arapahoe plays on Friday night, but they might. But just from the look at it, you observed the coaching staff for Arapahoe, Coaches Strand and Coach Bailey.
They are really in the festive spirit tonight. They have wonderful Christmas sweaters on. And you just don't see that, you know. Maybe Bobby Knight would sport something like that. I don't know. But I will zoom in on it here.
As a foul will go against, no, we called it jump ball. Northern Valley get it back. Subs are coming in, maybe.
We got one blue and one red sweater. I mean, just doesn't get any better than that.
Well, they could use some offense at the moment. That would make them feel a little better. North going to go inside. Brody Preston cut him off. And a Euro will go up, and he is fouled. The Euro shot there by Sitch. Called it on the floor, so substitutions will come in. Van Patten and Gabe Rudd, Hammond and Keith to sit. Playing it in is Zudro. You want to fix that one for me too? Get it out of here, says Gabe Rudd. You know what would make Gabe even better? If he had an accent.
Yeah?
He leads the world in JV block shots, by the way.
That's a good stat to have.
He might have a poster up here before his career is over for most career. Oh, he tried to go get that one. I think he pulled his hand back because he thought he might be goaltending. I don't know. But a great floater in there for Gooden.
Yeah, it's pretty nice when you're able to have couple seniors and a couple juniors on your JV team. You know, I look at Arapahoe, sorry, as that one's a miss. I look at Arapahoe's lineup here tonight, and both for varsity and JV, doesn't look like there's any seniors.
I just now saw that. A bunch of 5, 6 juniors, and that's the extent of the upperclassmen here for the Warriors basketball team on the guys' side. Another held ball possession will go back to Northern Valley. 19-8 now is they've gone on a 7-point run. Nobody marked Brody Preston, but it didn't matter. Somebody left the door open, and he forgot to hit rim. Stop and pop for 3. It's on the way. No good. Northern Valley will get it back because we had a foul. Foul, it goes against. What'd you decide?
I believe that was on red.
Well, no, he gave it to number 3 on the Warriors. What did we decide?
Oh.
What did you decide? His name was Sockinson?
I believe it's Sonkson.
Sonkson.
I mean, Sockinson would make more sense, but
There's
I'm going
not
with the
enough
program.
letters?
Yeah. There we go.
Hey!
I was wondering if that would be called.
Riley, good work on the backcourt call.
The late whistle's better than no whistle.
When it comes to backcourt, you can think about it for a bit.
Yeah.
As long as you make the correct call, and he did.
And see that, personally, I enjoy officiating football more than basketball because it does. It takes me a couple seconds, to call that penalty. Basketball, you got to be pretty quick or people start yelling at you,
Up off the glass and good. Van Patten leads to his second bucket of the night.
Second bank for the night for Northern Valley.
Was that a 2 or a 3?
Oh, was that a 2?
I think it was just a 2.
Okay, my bad.
He had the alley-oop earlier to Gabe Rudd. This time he just put it in himself. Maverick got beat on the flex cut. Will be a good point there for Zudrow. Skip pass to Rudd. He'll hand off to Van Patten. 4:15 to go here in this first half. JV boys action. Northern Valley was in complete control after the first quarter. Arapahoe trying to make it a game. A three-point floater from Brody Preston is no good. I don't know if Coach Sides loves that shot.
You don't think they drew that one up?
I think the floater from the three-point line is meant for Long Island old man basketball.
Yes. And even then, your teammates may get mad at you if you do something like that.
Yeah. Possession goes back to the Warriors. Inside, they had great position. They just didn't get him the basketball. Branson was wide open down there. They've got some height underneath they haven't been able to utilize. Gabe Rudd must be just intimidating over there. Nice shot inside North, up and in for his first bucket of the night.
I think they finally got their confidence, their moxie going here. They've scored quite a few here in the second quarter.
They've got 11. Van Patten open for 3. Just off the back iron. Offensive board by Rudd. Kick back out. Hammond eyes a three-pointer of his own. Off to the side, no good. And that is a travel call. Songson. I told you, you got to be my interpreter. I'm not good.
Again, we keep going back and forth. Good announcers would have gone to the coaches beforehand and asked for pronunciations, but that's not us.
Well, yeah.
When you're rushed for time.
Yeah, I got caught up doing farmer things. Gabe Rudd will be whistled for this one. The Warriors will keep it. I was only in the gym about 20 minutes later than I anticipated being in here. Rudd picks up his second foul, so Brody Preston will check in. Caden Lowry to sit. Nobody marked North, and he put it in. You know what the best part about North's shot right there was?
What's that?
North is only 5'7". Did you see where he put it on the glass? It was a beautiful job. He put it exceptionally high. Above the square is where that one went in. That guy knows how to get his shot off, even if there's nobody around or a 6'4" guy around.
He's accustomed to it. He's accustomed to it, yeah.
Back-to-back turnovers by both teams. We'll give it back to Northern Valley with a 7-point lead. Nathaniel Stevens back into the game as North will sit. Brody Preston breaks the press all by himself. Van Patten away for another 3 is no good. Gabe Rudd just throws it out of bounds. The Warriors will take it. What do you think of these black unis? What would you call that white in there? It's kind of like netting, maybe?
Yeah, it kind of looks like some Duke uniforms, honestly.
Foul will go against Hammond on a trip.
Wonder if they drew some inspiration from Duke's uniforms.
From the Dukies?
Yeah.
I like the arrow across the back. It's probably not an arrow. It's a, what would you call that?
Spear?
There it is, the spear across the back shoulder blades. Stevenson. Now back who's North back into the game. Tries to Euro around. Back to Stevenson. Thought about a 3 of his own.
We got Maverick playing defense down low.
Stevenson with a floater into the middle, no good. And now Van Patten steps into a passing lane. And Stevenson will get back, but he stepped on the line. Backcourt violation. The Arapahoe crowd did not love Big Al's call there.
I believe.
Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in here?
I believe Van Patten stepped across the line.
It looked like it did. I'm going to go with Big Al here. Looked like on the replay he stepped on the line, which causes the backcourt violation. Brody Preston short on that three-pointer. Hasn't been able to find the distance so far in the half. Now North goes around the back. Going to go all the way in. Blocked not once, but twice. Once by Hammond, once by Rudd.
Just to make sure.
How does that go in the book? Do you know?
Surely it's the initial blocker, you would think.
Probably. Not sure. But maybe if you're the statistician, you'd give it to the one who's more impressive.
Maybe. I mean, I would hope that if I was the second person to touch the ball, I would get this statistic. But, you know, life isn't always fair.
Nah. That's all right. Hammond got away with a little shove here on the half-court line. Stevens will drop a three of his own, no good. Lowry secures that rebound, and here we go, running with the Dogs. Trailer is Hammond. Skip pass to Maverick Rogers. Kind of mugged over there. He's got a 6'2" defender on him, making his angles very difficult. Hammond will go all the way to the rim, and no good. Needs to figure out a way to get that ball to the glass, doesn't he?
Yeah, it wasn't a bad idea going all the way around, just couldn't finish it.
Stevenson with it. Stitch tries to go into contact. Back out for a shot is no good. Northern Valley gets possession back now with 24 on the clock. Preston is going to go all the way to the rim, and that shoe goes flying. What happened? He made the bucket, and a shoe just went flying out of there. I don't know whose it was. Was it Brody Preston's?
Oh, whoever's it was. They put it on really quick, so I couldn't figure it out.
We're going to have to watch the replay with you. Look at that shoe. Just hanging out. Caden Lowry hands it back to Stitch. He shoves it on, stomps it into the ground, all before we could get the free throw shot here by Brody Preston.
That's good coverage.
1, 2, 3 of these. Give me them all for Brody Preston. "16 seconds to play. First half action. Northern Valley back out to a 10-point lead. Roush into the middle. Kicks back out. And now Stevenson probably was fouled on the play. No whistle. 2, 1. The ball is going to go out of bounds, but the horn beat it. So we're at halftime here. Northern Valley leads 24-14.
All Creatures Vet Clinic is located in Almena, Kansas, and they serve the fine folks of Phillips County and Norton County, and in and around the Almena and Northern Valley area, and of course Long Island as well, and even into southern Nebraska. All Creatures Vet Clinic is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and you can reach them by calling 785-669-2227. Small animal care, large animal care, it's all available at All Creatures Vet Clinic, supporting the Northern Valley Huskies athletically and academically.
Second half action back with you here at Open Spaces. Clint Cox and Brant Cox will bring you all the action from tonight. Aim Baird is out of town.
No one wanted to hear that guy anyway.
He is sending a marriage to happen between his sister-in-law and his brother.
Yeah, that's interesting, you know?
I mean, so he probably paid matchmaker at some point, but...
Yeah, you'd think a little bit.
Aiden coming back from the service. Getting married this weekend, so AIM is with him in Nebraska, I believe.
I don't know, do you ever really get excited to go to weddings, though? I mean, maybe if it's one of your relatives, but if it's you know, one of your wife's friends or something like that. Are you excited to go to a wedding?
It's a wedding, you know. And a shot up by Rudd will score it as he ran right over and through Gage Gooden.
Probably depends on how long the service is, too.
You know, sometimes they can be a good time. Maybe catch up with some friends that you haven't seen in a while. But because he already knows the in-laws, I mean, does he expect anybody that he doesn't know at the party already, or at least he's supposed to know?
Yeah, it'd be like deja vu, all the same friends and family coming back.
You say you never remember your wedding. Well, everybody who was at his will probably be at that one. Great block by Caden Lowry. Stuffs Roush at the rim.
That's a nice hustle play.
That was great. Caden just slid into help defensive position and knocked that ball away. And now it'll lead to a steal here for Northern Valley as Arapahoe just kind of threw it into the lunchroom.
How many blocks we have on the night? Have we kept track of blocks?
You know, I'm doing my best to do scoring.
To me, that sounds like 4 or 5.
And I'm failing at that. So a steamer of a bounce pass by Hammond ran down by only Gavin Tallheim. Nobody else has got enough hustle to get there, I don't think. Into the corner, Rudd for 3. Oh, it's no good.
In and out.
The senior steps back and decides to let one fly.
You might as well let it fly.
Roush stop pop of his own, no good. Hammond putting it down, going through a couple defenders. Brody Preston never saw one he didn't like. Will fly that one out. He has not been able to find the range yet, and a foul against Northern Valley's 15, which will go Owen Hammond. Hammond's second on the evening. North crossover again. Will get all the way to the rim, and whoo!
There's another one.
It's like he beat the first one, which happened to be a senior, beat the second one, and then he ran into an absolute brick wall. Gabe Rudd didn't make him feel good. Roush with it in the corner. Skip pass. Now Gavin's trying to poke it away and get a steal. North with it. Nice screen back across. Gets an opening, and a foul will go against Lowry, sending Branson Soxon to the line.
Yeah, we're talking about Gabe and all of his blocks that he's had tonight. That's an awesome thing to have on your team. Is just an inside presence. And if you're a smaller guy and you're going into the paint, he's kind of always on your mind.
Saying, you know, I can be a little risky here because I have an absolute magic eraser behind me, the one that you don't have to purchase on the television. He erases bad defense. And he does the same on the varsity action, not just here in JV where he might be picking on maybe some smaller players or maybe some a little less immature guys. He'll get up and throw it in the face of those guys that aren't anticipating it either. Maybe even guys that are bigger than him. And a steal by Hammond. Lay it up with the right hand. Good for Owen. (28-14). Northern Valley back out to their biggest lead of the night, 14 points. Baseline jumper by Roush is no good, and Northern Valley's running. Preston, lob for Gavin. He'll throw it too strong off the backboard. North with some fancy dribbling. Tries to go inside, but that's a long pass. You want to cut down on the distance. You throw some of those, don't you?
Every once in a while.
Timeout here by Coach Ross Cole. We'll take it with him.
Equity Bank, they mean more. More solutions for your finances and more bankers standing by, whether that's in our lobbies or in the drive-thrus. They're at the Equity Bank. They're proud members of the community, big supporters of high school athletics. They shoot straight, and you score when it comes to no ATM fees nationwide. And don't forget to ask about Equity Bank Insurance, which offers an array of insurance products from home, auto, farm, business, and crop insurance. Why not stop by at Almena or Norton's locations and visit them online at equitybank.com to let them show you why equity means more.
Back after that 30-second timeout. Exactly halfway through this third quarter.
Pretty entertaining first 3 quarters here. We've had multiple blocks, some alley-oops,
Some three-point display.
some three-point bank shots.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget about that one. A lot of hustle from Gavin. Nobody's going to stop him as he goes all the way to the rim, puts it up with the left hand to score it. You know what I have felt? That I haven't written anything down all second half. Steal by Lowry, and he'll push the pace himself. Crossover, and had it ripped from behind. I thought we were going to see some coast-to-coast action from Caden. He'll pick up the foul. Rogers will check in for Caden as Caden just picked up his third foul. Hammond, here he comes again. Lays it up and in. Is that his third two-pointer of the
I was going to
second
say,
half?
it's starting to become a common theme here of steal and two-pointer.
He's just jumping in that passing lane, and ball didn't even get to Owen that time as Gavin ripped it. About missed the layup, and a timeout here on the floor. We'll take it with him at Open Spaces Sports.
You appreciate it when people listen to you. You like it when they understand. We understand, and we think we have something you're going to like. My name is Brandy Archer. I'm part of the First National Bank and Trust family in Phillipsburg, Logan, Long Island, Smith County Bank and Smith Center, and Solomon Valley Bank in Beloit, member FDIC. You work hard around home, around your family, at your job, and you deserve some perks. Benefits like shopping and travel discounts, protection on your cell phone, roadside assistance. Perks. Today, go to agbank.bank. Take a look at the brand new Perk checking account and all the special benefits perfect for someone like you. Reduce risk, save money, get your own Perk checking account. Know that today and every day, First National Bank and Trust is here for you.
And you got to get some more floor dry.
Yeah, which we had none of, so there's a pool of oil currently on the floor.
Well, that's where you call in your parts store and say, give me a whole 50 pounds. Crossover between the legs. Gavin will go to the rim, and a travel. Sides called it on him. Must have had an early pickup and then went to the Euro step. You know, the Euro step and its wide acceptance now in the game of high school basketball has made it exceptionally tough on some officials.
Sure.
It's not an easy thing to call.
No, it's not. And especially when all these high school kids watch NBA games where a Euro step, which is supposed to be still a normal 2 steps, suddenly becomes 3, sometimes 4 steps and is allowed. So there's a little bit of confusion. You see it happen on the floor, and they get away with it, but it doesn't always translate, depending on the official, I suppose, in high school sports.
Yes, it's a difficult transition to say, hey, this move is actually legal in college basketball or the NBA, definitely not legal in high school, let alone 1A basketball in Western Kansas.
Let alone JV.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like anything else. I'm pretty sure Riley Sides, if you get a breakaway and you take an extra, maybe a third step, but you two-hand thunder jam it down, he might overlook it.
Sure.
I mean, at least I would.
Yeah.
Hammond with a little nifty little lay-in with the right hand. Great feed by Tolheim.
Yeah, you don't want to take away an incredible play. You're kind of like Travis Kelce with the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. I mean, took away greatness right there.
And a foul will go against Arapahoe. North will pick it up. Roush checks back in. North picks up his second foul. Looks like Caden Lowry did not get in fast enough to that scorebook. Stevenson, Garden Hammond. Now they'll reverse it quick. Oh, they have tried to get it inside to Rudd. Good save by him. Kick back out. Maverick open for three, but decided not to shoot it.
Got to pull the trigger.
Now he'll fire that three away just off the back iron. It felt like that was Maverick's whole possession. He was open. The boys finally found him the basketball. That ball is loose. Gavin will pick it up. Over to Gabe. Pump fake. Lays it in. Northern Valley's kind of exploded here in this third quarter.
Yeah, they've really they've gotten a ton of points off of fast breaks, some turnovers and fast breaks. That's kind of been their bread and butter for this game.
Really reflective on the score clock, not necessarily my score book. Hammond, got a carrying the basketball violation as he got away from him just a little bit. Van Patten, Lowry, and Black to check in for the Huskies.
That's another one of those calls that, if you're a player or you're a coach or a fan, really, it does irritate you, but I kind of wish they'd call it more, especially when you look again at college basketball, NBA, they're carrying the ball every single time, and it's annoying.
Well, not only is it difficult to officiate, it's almost impossible to guard when a opposing player is able to
manipulate the ball.
Yeah, carry the ball, manipulate it from side to side. It's very difficult to keep that guy in front of me. North is probably tired of being pestered by Gavin. This will be the last quarter that'll happen.
There we got it a second time. Very evident, though.
2 possessions in a row. They heard you, Brant.
Well, that's good. Someone takes my input,
13.9 to go. Northern Valley, I'm sure, is going to hold for his last shot here. What it will be, inside to Lowry. Pump fake around, now back to Gavin. Into the corner, open three for Mav, but he didn't take it. Now 2, now 1. Hook shot by Lowry. It's good. You got the replay here, Brant.
Absolutely.
Inside-out game. I thought Maverick was going to shoot it there, but Gavin said, nope, get it to Lowry. Turn with a half-hook shot.
Boom.
Splash. 40-14 at the end of 3. We'll be back.
When it comes to personal service and minor tune-ups, tire repairs, and more, you can depend on Home Oil Company of Almena. Whether it's filling up your car or pickup, or fuel delivery, or an oil change, you can trust the friendly people at the Home Oil Company. Home Oil Company of Almena supports the Northern Valley Huskies in academics and athletics. Long Island Feed and Grain is a proud supporter of the Northern Valley Huskies year after year. At Long Island Feed and Grain, they are there to help you with your grain storage and marketing of your grain this year. That's Long Island Feed and Grain of Long Island, Kansas.
Long Island Ready Mix has what you're looking for in your concrete needs. With fast delivery with a consistent product, Long Island Ready Mix can turn your concrete dreams into a reality with high quality cement.
We're down to 8 minutes to go here in the JV game. The Arapahoe Warriors and the Northern Valley Huskies. Looks like they might even change defenses now. They've gone through a 1-3-1, leaving Ben Patton open for three. No good. And the fourth quarters can be a little bit more adventurous for Northern Valley, as some of those older players have spent their quarters as they build up to a 40-14 lead. Trying to coast down to the end of this one. So Northern Valley will have to play it into the middle to Lowry. They do a good job of breaking the press. Maverick will put it up and fire away, and he'll be fouled. Going to the line, he'll shoot three. Maverick sporting the best hair of the night.
I would have to agree. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's a great shot by Mav. Will knock in the first free throw.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think we talked a little bit about this last broadcast, but you have to appreciate hair the more and more you get older. You know, maybe back in the day I would say, you know, mullets or long hair, you know, be a little nitpicky about that. But now it's all jealousy. It's all jealousy.
2 for 3 from the line. Maverick got on the scoreboard himself. 42-14, and Northern Valley's fell into a 1-3-1 zone defense for the first time. Stevenson tried to get into the middle of the lane and find a teammate. That pass went astray. Northern Valley will get it back, but they will have to contest against this full court trapping defense. Hammond dribbles through it, picks it up. Now we'll go back to Hammond, and they'll set with Mav. Owens three-pointer off the left side, no good. Offensive rebound, scoop shot by Maverick, no good. Lowry about had a steal, but he knocked it out of bounds. Northern Valley JV looks like they're going to cruise to a 4-0 start on the season. Stevenson with a follow. And this bucket is good for Hayden. Sitch. Was that number 2? Put that in? No, it was 3. Branson Saukinson. Or something close to that. Skip pass back to Hammond, who went to the rim. I love it. Hammond, who's had his best night so far in the JV action, did not settle for the 3, went to the rim. He'll be rewarded with 2 free throws.
He's been attacking the basket all game.
As he shoots a free throw, I want to show him that on a replay. He went by 2 defenders and got it there where he was fouled. Good things happen when you take the basketball to the rim. He missed his first one, looking at his second one. And it's good. I think that gives Owen 16 of their 43 so far here for Northern Valley.
It's a good night.
It's a great night. And a foul will go against Maverick Rogers. 2 shots for Stevenson coming up. Unless Sides bailed him out. Do you know that you cannot have a shooting foul if you do not release the basketball from your hand?
Really?
So if you go up and it looks like a shot and it is a shot, but you never release it and come right back down with it, technically you never shot it.
So if it's a foul, then it'd just be considered on the floor.
It'd just be considered on the floor. You have to release the basketball to get a shooting foul. Now, it doesn't have to come anywhere close to the rim, but you can't just come down with it.
How far
doesn't matter
of the timeline do you have to throw the ball up?
Well,
if you're just sitting on the ground, You know, can you just huck up something, you know, after the whistle's blown?
Well, that's discretionary from the official. But what I'm talking about is like a jump shot. Where a kid just like that. He gets his legs kind of taken from him like Mav did on that play. But he came down with the basketball. And so if the foul wouldn't have been called, the intent would have been, I don't know, traveling. But that's what I'm saying. You have to release it some way, somehow. Foul will go against Aiden Keith.
They travel or a jump ball, I guess, if the ball was never released from your hand and it gets stuffed.
Yeah. So, well, the block shot is different because you attempted to release it, right? Right? So you attempted to release it, but it was shoved back towards you. The bank is still open for Branson. Go ahead and fight that with somebody in the crowd, though.
You're saying it might not be easy to convince?
It might not. It might be the correct call, but it might not be a very popular call. Into the corner, and not an over or back call. I don't know why. Must have been tipped. Hammond spins around. Maverick's open if he can find him. Aiden Keith will bounce it back to Owen. His jumper at the top of the lane off the front end of the rim and cleared by the Warriors. Inside, Keith got away with one and ends up in a steal. Maverick Rogers looking to reverse it to Black. Now back into the corner to Hammond. Double, triple skip pass for an open shot from Van Patten. No good. The marksman, Clay Van Patten, let it fly.
From Stephen Cox and Associates.
Back into the ball game we go. 4:08 remaining, 43-17. Northern Valley in a big lead. That ball goes off of Keith and will stay here with Arapahoe. We apologize to number 13 out there for Arapahoe. You've got some sweet shoes, but your name and your number are not on the program. And North was out of bounds, and he knew it as soon as it happened. He tried to get his feet to sneak back in. Was just a touch too late. Brody Preston checked back in to keep everybody moving. Jonah Black looked like a good attempt there from three. No good. Back to unnamed third. No, that's North. Gooden will travel down to the baseline. Inside they'll go. And a foul will be called against Keith. 2 shots coming. We'll see what the PA announcer, it's our, oh, what did he say?
I believe he said Norden, but Norden?
Well, he's 14 in our books, but it could be 13.
Yeah, you got to give credit where credit is due. Those are some very vibrant, awesome-looking shoes. But you can also compliment number 25, Hudson Sick. Those are some nice shoes.
Yeah, 25, I like those Jordans. And a foul will go against Van Patten, and he will go to the line because of his flashy shoes.
I mean, we got to get a close-up of those.
I mean,
I'm jealous.
Those are top 5 so far in the year.
Absolutely.
I mean, I hope he goes home and watches that and realizes, you know, and he goes, you know what? I'm sure somebody spent some good money on them. And he's like, see, Mom, Dad, you know, they said I'm top 5 with shoe choice of anybody we've seen this entire season.
We may not have won the game, but we have won the shoe contest.
43-19. Lob up to Aiden Keith. Drop it back for Maverick Rogers. Brody Preston, the slow, and a deep 3 here by Van Patten is no good. Offensive rebound, Black, but had it stolen away there by Nordine. Gooden dribbles it off of his right hand and out of bounds as the bench for Northern Valley erupts in that defensive pressure. They like it, they love it, they want more of it, right? Brody to Mav. Now Jonah with it. They'll reverse the ball quickly to Brody. Preston, no. Cleared out by Gooden. Jonah playing some pretty good defense. Gordon. Saved. Good hustle play. Sitch. Hudson. Oh, yo. Hold will go on the floor.
Could have been ugly.
I was a little worried there for Brody, and Brody's going to be like, what? It's not shooting. Got him early. Foul goes against Zadro. Van Patten going to get one of these again from out there. Nobody's in front of North as he travels east and missed the layup. Foul on Van Patten.
Well, if you don't succeed, try again. You know, now's the time to throw them up, right? One day, one shot, they will fall.
First free throw is good. Second one is not. The rebound falls into Aiden Keith's hands. 2 minutes to go in the game. Ball goes off of Jonah Black and back over to the Warriors. Gooden all the way to the rim, no good. Blocked by Preston on the follow attempt, but another one because North got it tracked down. Into the middle, good sharing of the basketball. Now they'll get it back. Gooden's three on the way, no good. Maverick comes away with a defensive glass. Northern Valley been scoreless for a little bit here since Maverick's free throws. 43-20 right now. Get into Aiden Keith. He's one that has not got a shot off. Jonah Black will fire away. No good. Speaking of Aiden Keith, follow that ball to the rim. Good things will happen. He puts in the offensive rebound. Give him two. For Northern Valley, that's a lot of kids on that team who got some great looks at the basket. Most of them have scored here. As I think Jonah Black is the only player without.
He's been close so many times as he lets
without
another one
field
go.
Goal off the glass, no good. You should have seen the bench. I don't know if you got it. All 6 players for Northern Valley held up their hands like throw it to Jonah. Nordine into the middle. He was fouled. We'll have to shoot 2 more free throws. Aiden Keith got him.
Black may get another chance here. We get a rebound.
Gordon makes that free throw. We think this is Carl. Northern Valley will get it back. As the crowd even identifies.
Chanting Jonah, sorry.
The crowd even realizes that Jonah Black is the only one without a field goal here for the Huskies. Maverick stop pop for 3, no good. And there's 10 seconds remaining in this one. Go through a little bit of scoring here for the Northern Valley side so we can get to this broadcast end. Maverick fouled. And they'll have to play it back in. Looks like Gavin Tallheim will end the game with 10. Maverick Rogers with 2. Owen Hammond with 16. Brody Preston with 4, 5. Clay Preston with 2. Gabe Rudd with 10. Aiden Keith with 2. And Clay Van Patten with 2. So that's the scoring for Northern Valley. Sauconson with 4. Gooden with 2. Roush with 1. Zudra with 4. North with 6. And I'm sure I missed some on the Arapahoe side. Sorry about that. I'll try and keep a little more accurate stats when it comes to the varsity action. Speaking of varsity action, that's what's coming up next.